said earlier, and Polly said earlier, each week we have a person to give a little witness about how he or she has experienced God's presence in their life or has seen God at work in the world around them. And perhaps you can be thinking about that this week, and you can be up here sometime and share something. But Mark easily has a little witness to make today that I just think is just right on target for what we mean by these witnesses. It's a God thing, and we see God things all the time, but we need to share them because there are people who need some encouragement. And when we hear how God is active and alive and doing things in our world, it encourages us. So Mark, share a little bit about what I've already heard and what was a blessing to me and what I know will be a blessing to all the others out here.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I didn't know I was going to be back up here a few weeks later getting another one of these, but something happened this week. And it has to do with all of you, as a matter of fact. So I wrote it all down so that we all get this straight here. This is dated today, Sunday, May 13th, 2012. Mother's Day. Dear Celebration family, last week, those of you that were here, I asked Pastor Green to help us pray for the safe travels of my wife's Maria's parents as they flew here from Taiwan, which he did. And then he got up here and asked all of you to also pray for them. Thank you so much for your prayers and support. Grandma and Grandpa Chow have arrived safely. They're seated right over there with Maria. And God answered our prayers for their safe travel in a couple of amazing ways that I want to tell you about. We were very worried about them coming on their own because they're both approaching 80 and they do not speak English hardly at all. For your information, Japan and Taiwan are 12 time zones away from here. That means there is almost no place in this world that is farther away. And I bet Brent can testify to that today too. So that's a very long trip to make. They had a long 24-hour trip with several changes of planes as they traveled from Taipei to Tokyo to Chicago and then to Raleigh. Chicago was really going to be a challenge because they had to go through the customs and immigration, get their luggage, take a train to another terminal, check back into another flight and another airline, find their gate and plane, and do it all in only a couple hours. Well, we were really expecting a call from them in a panic from Chicago when we waited for them on Monday to come back. But God answered our prayers in two amazing ways. The first one was that Maria's sister, Anna, happened to be in the south of Taiwan visiting her husband's family. They did not coordinate their trips at all. But when Anna called them the day before, they figured out that Anna would be at Japan's very large and busy Narita airport at exactly the same time as her parents, but on a different airline going to Texas. So she was able to go over to their gate in Japan, meet them, and make sure they found their connection to Chicago. Then our prayers were answered again in a big way. While they were sitting at the gate in Japan, 12 time zones away from here, Anna heard some people talking Taiwanese nearby. She chatted with them. Ni hao ma, how are you? And asked where they're going. Unbelievably, they told her in Taiwanese, we are going to visit our son who lives in Cary, North Carolina. It was a group of 4 people. The Cary man's elderly parents and his 2 sisters. Anna asked if it was anywhere near Raleigh. They said yes, they were going to Raleigh Airport. And after checking, they discovered they were all on the exact same flights coming here. Anna asked if they could chaperone her parents through Chicago and on to Raleigh, and they said, sure, we have made this trip many times. We'll take care of everything. So you can imagine the scene as Marie and I nervously waited at RDU. Soon, a man and his wife came and sat next to me in the waiting area, and they started chatting with each other in Taiwanese as they signed a welcome card for their visitors. We didn't know it then, but it was the Carey man who, like us, was waiting for his family from Taiwan. Suddenly, we all saw a group of very excited and happy Taiwanese grandparents and sisters showing up who had been having a big party all the way from Tokyo. Everybody started hugging and kissing and joking and telling us all about their new friends and made such a ruckus that some TSA lady came to shoot us all away. When I heard the whole story, I just could not believe my ears. We said a thank you prayer to the Lord on our way home in the car. The Lord does send us angels just when we need them most, on this side of the world or the other. Thank you to the Lord. Amen.
I'm glad I just made it back safely. How do you know how to hide the word in your heart? Where does it come from? Who hands it to you? Who passes it down? Who inspires you to actually open the book?